In today's recipe, I am showing you how I make this banging banga soup. You need to see how I make this delicious soup. It was so delicious that this food finished all in a day. Let me show you how I make it. The first thing I do is to bring out the proteins which I'll be using, and today I am using chicken, and I will also go ahead to roast this chicken. I have already cooked this chicken the previous day. I left it to marinate in its own juice, and I didn't just take it out. I just left it inside the juice, and it was there till the next day. And trust me guys, this meat was just so sweet. It was so delicious. If you have not been trying out your chicken like this, and you can also just do this with the meat, cow meat, goat meat, and it's going to be amazing. And all I will do is to just add it into a rack which I already placed on a charcoal, and I'll just allow this to roast. I actually left the chicken here and the smoke was just inhaling into it, and in no time it turns golden brown just like this. And once the chicken is well cooked and nice like this, I will take it off from the smoke and just set it aside. You see, it was just so easy, and this method is going to make the chicken to be very, very delicious. Next, I'll bring out the banga. This is also known as the palm fruit, and this is the ripe one. I'll process this, and I have the banga concentrate. I've already shared in a previous video how to make banga concentrate. Next, I have the catfish which I will be using. I'm making use of 2 proteins to make this delicious soup. So the catfish, I'll go ahead to wash it with this lemon. I was given this lemon by a friend, and this is also known as an Indian lemon. It is just so fragrant. I really love the fragrance from this lemon. The whole place was just scenting fresh and delicious after using this lemon. It was so good. This is the fish after cleaning and washing. I'll also set that aside. I have the roasted or smoked chicken, and you can just use any protein of choice to make this soup. It's still going to be amazing. I have been using this banga spice for a very long time. I really love this brand, and it is just so good. If you can find this brand, please use it, and if you cannot find this, just use any brand you like. It's going to be amazing as well. And for the vegetables, I will be using this belentente leaves. I know it to be called belentente. It is also known as banga leaves. If you just go to those women in the market, ask them for belentente, they are going to give it to you. And your banga soup is not complete if you don't add banga stick to it. This banga stick is so fragrant. I just love the scent that was coming out of it. The combination of these different spices and herbs are going to make this soup so delicious. And of course, I will be adding in some grinded crayfish to make it so luscious and flavorful. Now let's begin the cooking process. I'll go ahead to pour in the banga concentrate into a pot. And if you notice, I don't pour everything directly just like that. There are some particles that just settle to the bottom of the plate. I don't want that in it. Sometimes it feels like sand, and I just don't want sand in this soup. So I added in the banga stick, cover it and bring it to a boil. And once you discover that the banga concentrate has already reduced in size, and this actually took about 20 to 25 minutes before it reduces just like this. Next, I'll go ahead to add in some salt, seasoning powder. I'll be adding in the banga spices, and I'll also add in the crayfish powder. And I added in the blended peppers and onions. Combine it together before adding in the roasted chicken. If you are going to add in goat meat or beef, this is just the right time to add your cooked protein. You already cooked your proteins before adding it directly into it just like this, and you cover this, allow it to cook well into it. I am using roasted chicken or smoked chicken. I want it to infuse into the liquid into the banga concentrate, the flavors from the chicken. I want it to be directly into it, and it was just so good. When I opened it, everywhere was just so flavorful. The banga spices, the banga stick was just so intense. The flavor was so amazing. If today is your first time here, I want to specially welcome you and thank you for stopping by to click on this video to watch it. Please don't forget to give this video a like at the end of this video, and also write something sweet and nice in the comment section. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. We would like to be seeing you among us. Next, I added the washed catfish, and I'll just arrange it into it. You don't want this fish to break, so you just have to be careful when you stir and when you combine the soup together. I'll also go ahead to add in the belentete leaves at this stage, and I'll just combine everything together. Make sure the fish is well into the soup, because I just want it to infuse its goodness, that goodness, rich flavor of the catfish. It is so sweet. You don't want to miss out any of the flavors. I'll combine it together and I'll cover this just for 5 minutes. The fish doesn't take long to cook at all, so that is why you add it towards the end of the cooking. Just combine everything together and cover it, allow it to cook for the next 5 minutes, and the soup will be ready. To my amazing returning subscribers, I am so glad you always come back to watch my videos. Thank you for always engaging in my videos. Don't forget to give your girl a thumbs up and write something sweet and nice in the comment section. You know I really like to read from you. Now the soup is ready, and all that is left is for me to take this off the heat, and it's time for me to make the swallow, which we are going to use to enjoy this soup. This soup was just so good. It was so delicious that everyone enjoyed it, and it finished in no time. I was actually thinking probably the soup would last for 2 days, but this did not even bother to wait for 2 days. It just finished in no time because it was extremely rich and full of flavors. No one dares to resist this soup. It was too good. It was so good. It was so delicious. Like I always say, that Nigeria is a blessed country that is blessed with so many cultural, traditional, medicinal delicacies, and this soup is also one of them. It was so good and it was rich in flavors. This is 500 naira worth of starch, where I buy it here in Osogbo City, Osun State, Nigeria. And I'll add water to this, dissolve it, and just make sure there are no lumps inside the pot anymore. And I'm not putting this on any heat, it is off. I'll just dissolve this first before adding some palm oil. Then I'll turn on the heat, stir until this becomes firm, and I'll combine it together pretty well. Banga soup and starch is a food that is mostly eaten by the Delta State people, or mostly the eastern part of Nigeria. They really love to take banga soup and starch. You can actually just have the banga soup with any swallow of your choice. It also goes along well with fufu, pounded yam, eba, or any other swallow you like. It's going to be amazing. Have you had starch before as a swallow? My children ask me if this starch is the same starch we use to starch the clothes. I said yes, it is the same starch for clothing. So they were like, how can we eat the same starch which is used to starch the clothes? I said, well, that is how we found it. I don't really know why we have to eat it, but people are eating starch, and this is the starch they eat. So let's give it a try. This is my first time of making starch, and it is actually the first time for my family to taste starch. It was so good when I tasted it. I really love it, and it pairs well with this banga soup. It was just so delicious. If you have watched this video up to this very moment, kindly give your girl a thumbs up. It really makes me happy, and it also lets me know that I'm doing the right thing. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. Until I see you again the next time, keep eating good food and keep loving each other. And don't forget that the love of God and family is life's greatest blessing. Bye. You all are welcome to join me as I enjoy this delicious and amazing food. It was just so good.